Hello and welcome to episode 227 of the Pixel Classroom podcast here in season 7. This, of course, is going to be a book review of Becoming the Bison by Kim Gameroz. And I am going to, of course, here, as you know, I am, of course, your host, Ryan Reed of the Pixel Classroom podcast. Thank you for joining us all this morning live feed here on YouTube, as well as our other social media networks on here too. And of up a few days after this. So it's been a little while here. I have a book review here ready to go. I'm actually playing two more before the season wraps in weeks because hard to believe season 7 is coming to an end here. It's hard to believe it here. So I thought I'd kick it all off here with a recent book here I had done right here. Of course, Becoming the Bison. This is one thing you might have known and seen this too, of course, on if you've been checking out Kim's website on Teaching Inside Out about talking about for SEL as well as teacher support, mentoring, and coaching, which she done an incredible job on to here too. And of course, as we know, into pieces of the days of SEL learning, as well as how people are feeling really now too. It's really embracing. I do here for the PC because as she says, bisons go in herds. They don't run away from the storm, they run into the storm. And I think this is a really good little basin. So again, as you can see here, people on the live stream can see my little tabs that I always love to do. But there was one right here that really hit me really nicely over here. As right here, as educators, some of us think that building a relationship is simple what we do, but that's what we've been told we need to do. We're told that our PD shown through curriculum and exposed ideas through Pinterest or TikTok, but there's so much more to it. Common language and systems give you the how, they give you the why. And if you're born with a brain that becomes creative relationships difficult for you, well, the language and systems guide you how to do the work office effectively. Not only so you can build a relationship with your students, but also you can build a relationship with yourself. So I think she puts it right in there too. I mean, it gives a lot of wonderful things, and you can see this right here on Teaching Inside Out here by Kim here about how she gives some of the data and some of the data that's really well done here. And you can really get a lot of parts. And she, of course, has her own podcast too. She goes through here as well too, and Teaching Inside Out. I do follow it. I have not been really good on my podcast episodes, just for all my friends and that who listen to outside my own podcast here right now, because unfortunately, due to very busy times at home and at school, I've been kind of a little off center on catching my podcast, which I'll be doing very soon here. But you can, of course, done right here too with a podcast such as Unleashing the Bison, her Vibe EDU podcast with, of course, as you know, with my good old buddies Mitch Weathers, JD Verney, and Joshua Stemford on this too. But she does an incredible job with this, and I really did enjoy this book. This really kind of hit really part on this too, about talking about everything from child behavior to social emotional teachers, coachings, and instruction. And it really just has a lot for everybody in here, whether you're in elementary, college level, private education, public education, at home learning. There is something really in here too. And there's some wonderful little tabs up here, as they say, doing that. Also about, trying about fulfillment versus burnout, as well as taking over pieces such as advocating for meaningful support. Because in this day, we always look for support, both from community inside here, as well as our students, as well as fellow teachers. And really, Kim really lines this all up really, really nicely in the book here too. It's a great little piece here, and honestly, I think it's probably one of the better books I've read in the last couple of years when it's dealing with social emotional learning, which has, of course, been a big talk about things the last couple of years here. So I think this has really been well done. And Kim, of course, not surprising, really kind of brings it all out on all that. So, I can't say more than enough with the book. It really gets a huge thumbs up. People always ask me, why don't I leave book reviews? Well, I can't anymore. Unfortunately, there were too many book reviews because of COVID. And well, guess what? I end up getting taken off the review list on there. Can buy and shop like Barnes and Noble and other Books a Million other places to leave reviews, or do them personally like this on my podcast. So these are my reviews. So Kim, just so you know, I really love the book. I'm definitely going to be I've been using actually some of the supports myself the last couple of months here. I shouldn't say last couple months. Definitely some students and some other pieces here too. And I'm definitely going to be looking at some of those other parts and other suggestions, as well as some of the solutions that have been provided in the book for Becoming the Bison to work into the next school year as time moves in. So it gets a really high ratings here. a very well done book. It's enjoyable. There are a lot of pieces in here for everything, even people who are thinking of going into teaching or people who are post education, work with private or tutoring. There's really a lot of something, everything here for Becoming the Bison by Kim Gameroz. So nicely done, Kim. Great book from the DBC publishing and everything else. I know I read a lot of their books, and I have slowed down the last couple of years, but at the same time, it is a really good book. I really highly it's for the website as well as where you can order it at anything, whether that note, everybody. I'm gonna see everybody later. So have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll talk to everybody later on the Pixel Classroom podcast.